Nevada, you can be completely legal until one small detail turns into a crime. Casinos, red flag orders, traffic stops. Here's what really matters.
Chapter 1, Nevada Carry Baseline. Nevada is not permitless concealed carry, but it is an open carry state. If you can legally possess a handgun, you can generally openly carry it. No permit required. If the handgun is concealed upon your person, Nevada requires a concealed firearm permit, CFP. The one permit covers all handguns you own. At 18, you may generally possess a handgun in Nevada if you are not otherwise prohibited, but you cannot obtain a Nevada concealed firearm permit until 21, unless active military, guard, reserve, or honorably discharged. So most 18 to 20-year-olds may open carry lawfully, not concealed. Nevada doesn't have a defined state assault weapon ban like some other states, and there are no magazine capacity limits. One more distinction, Nevada law separates handguns from dangerous weapons. Most permit rules revolve around handguns. Long guns are not treated the same in concealed carry statutes. Nevada gun owners, permit or no permit? And what's your biggest reason for choosing that? Chapter 2, Purchasing or Acquiring a Gun in Nevada. Let's split this into two lanes. Lane 1, buying from a dealer, a gun store or FFL. Federal age rules apply. 18 to buy long guns, 21 to buy handguns from a dealer. When you buy from a dealer, your name gets run through Nevada records and the FBI database called NICS, N-I-C-S. That answer comes back in one of three ways: proceed, delay, or denied. Lane 2 is a private sale or private transfer. The law says the transfer can't happen unless a licensed dealer conducts a background check first. If the buyer is ineligible, the dealer can't complete it, and the gun goes back to the seller. Dealer transfers still follow the 21 and over handgun rule, so most 18 to 20-year-olds can't complete the transfer through a dealer. And yes, they can charge a fee. Nevada lists specific exemptions like certain immediate family transfers, certain temporary transfers for self-defense, and other narrow categories. And one more purchase trap. Buying from someone you reasonably believe is prohibited can be a Nevada felony, and lying about being the actual buyer at an FFL is a federal crime. So, what does a prohibited person in Nevada actually look like? Chapter 3, Prohibited People in Nevada. When you're prohibited, possession alone is the charge. Here's who lands in the prohibited lane. Felonies, unless rights restored. Battery domestic violence convictions. Certain stalking convictions. Extended domestic violence protective orders, fugitives, unlawful users or addicts of controlled substances, certain court mental health commitments, and anyone federally prohibited. Nevada also has high-risk protection orders, also known as red flag laws. If one is issued, you can't possess or buy firearms while it's active, even if you've never been convicted of a crime. Violating that order is its own charge. And remember, if you're prohibited, each firearm can be charged separately. Would you know right now if you were federally prohibited? Yes or no? Now let's move to where most possession cases start: traffic stops. Chapter 4, Driving with a Gun in Nevada. Getting into a car does not create a new set of firearm rules. There is no statewide law requiring a handgun in your vehicle to be unloaded. No requirement to lock it in a case. No requirement to separate ammunition. Here's the only shift that matters. Nevada's concealed carry law applies to a firearm that is concealed upon the person. So inside a vehicle, if the handgun is visible, that's open carry. If the handgun is concealed on your person, that's concealed carry, and a permit is required. If the handgun is out of sight somewhere in the vehicle, it's a glove box, center console, under a seat, that is not concealed upon the person. So vehicle storage does not trigger the permit requirement, but body concealment does. Here's the part most people miss. If the gun is inside a purse, crossbody bag, or satchel that you're wearing or carrying, that counts as concealed upon your person. And now you're back in permit required territory. Long guns are different. Nevada makes it unlawful to have a rifle or shotgun with a round in the chamber in or on a vehicle on a public road. A loaded magazine by itself isn't what triggers it. The chamber does. Traffic stops. First off, there is no general duty to inform. If you're carrying concealed under a permit, you must have your permit plus ID and present both if requested. If you're open carrying lawfully without a permit, there is still no general duty to inform. But if the officer asks, don't lie. Best practice, hands visible, move slowly, say what you're reaching for before you reach. Now, let's talk about where you simply cannot carry. Chapter 5, Casinos and Prohibited Places. Nevada law does not make casinos a special statewide no-carry zone in the books, but casinos are private property. which means they make their own rules. Most major casino properties prohibit firearms as a matter of company policy, including the rooms. Some casinos across the country have begun using AI software that uses advanced screening for possible firearms, which alerts security within seconds. If they give you notice by posting, telling you, or ordering you to depart because you are carrying, and you stay anyway, you're stepping into trespass territory. Now, the obvious hard red zones. In Nevada, K through 12, and higher education campuses are both covered by the same core rule, which makes firearms illegal on the property, with narrow exceptions like law enforcement, school security, or written permission. So for parents, a Nevada CFP alone does not create a pickup lane exception. Courthouses and court facilities are hard no-carry zones. Airports are layered. Past TSA is a federal hard no. And in Nevada, even permit holders can't carry concealed in public buildings on airport property. In real life, people do curbside pickup and drop off, but the safe lane is simple. Keep the firearms secured in the vehicle. Government public buildings that post notice or use metal detectors are prohibited. Public transit is generally fine. Tribal lands operate under tribal law. Nevada carry rules may not apply there. And the state doesn't ban guns in bars. That's up to the establishment. The real line is intoxication. Don't drink and carry. In the end, staying legal matters, but staying comfortable every single day matters too. Jane is about to show you what we've built for that.
Hey, if you made it this far, you probably care about doing things right. If you've tried carrying in gym shorts or sweats, it just never feels quite right. Waistband moves, holster shifts, it's fine, but it's not dialed. That is why we built Relaxed Fit Tactical. Our shorts lock onto an inner belt, so your holster clips to a hidden belt, not just fabric. Same setup, same draw, just more comfortable. So if you carry every day, this just makes sense. Links below.